Like seemingly everyone else, I got sick of the cold, loaded up most of what I owned into a Mazda Miata, and traveled down to Phoenix under the guise of going to college. But then we get here, and things are different than back in Minnesota. Cars with no rust, people getting to drive supercars all year, none of whatever we call this. So I get to college, I make some friends, I drink some coffee, I fly back home, I buy a motorcycle, I crash the motorcycle, I ride it down to Phoenix, I sell the Miata, I buy a Crown Vic, I mess with the Crown Vic, I drive it back down, all the while looking for things with cars. Eventually, me and a few of my friends found it. So here goes nothing. Car stuff in Phoenix. Now, a lot of people watching this don't care about cars, and that's alright. Just enjoy the pretty colors, or go watch BuzzFeed videos. But for the rest of you that are all interested, let's get started. Cars and motorcycles are in that category of things that everyone has an opinion on, and for good reason. There's so many different kinds of both that you can kind of pick and choose what you're into. This would be all fine and good, except that people get pretentious about it. And so for me and my friend Jackson, cars were literally the first thing we bonded over. I said, yeah, I have this Miata. And he said, oh, I love Miatas. And simple as that. That's part of the reason that we still go to car shows together. This one in particular is pretty good. This is Cars and Coffee at Gainey Ranch. It's normally this uppity shopping mall, but on the first Saturday of the month, it just becomes this big parking lot car show. From what I can tell, people just started gathering here one month and it just stuck from there. I highly recommend going to this one. From all the shows I've been to over the years, this one is really just such a good mix of cars. I think anyone would be able to find something that they'd like. They have your Ferraris and Lamborghinis, all the cool old American stuff, all the cool new American stuff, old British, Japanese stuff that some of these were in Japan less than a month ago before they got imported, classic car nerd cars, Porsches, common and rare, and a bunch of cool motorcycles, Japanese, Italian, German, and American. Like I said, really something for everyone.
Tell me why Cars and Coffee is so great.
Cars Coffee is great because you get a good mixture of ridiculous, overly expensive exotics that no one should ever be able to afford, along with all the weird, like hand-built in a garage stuff that's actually cool to look at and people that know what they're talking about.
And he's totally right. It's a lot of that hand-built in the garage stuff that keeps us coming back. There are a lot of people here that could go write a check for a new Ferrari and just show up at this thing expecting to be the center of attention. And for a decent amount of the people here, they would be. But pretty much everything here is appreciated, which is just another step in helping everyone get along. The other technical Cars and Coffee is at the Penske Racing Museum, which is part of this mega car dealership. Because of this, there are a lot of new cars that stop being cool after like 10 minutes instead of cars that have seen lots of use or projects. We only go to this one maybe 2 times a year, mainly because it's way more awkward and the people that show up are normally not super open or that friendly. So, if you're willing to get up early in the morning after probably a late night, head over to Cars and Coffee and see what you can find. So that covers 1, maybe 2 weekends a month, but you're sitting there saying, but Nick, I don't like looking at cars in parking lots. I want to drive good roads with better views. Ah, in that case, I have a place for that too. So grab your keys, and in my case, other stuff too, and get ready to go. Destination, South Mountain. After working your way through the hood, sitting in traffic lights, a sprint on the freeway, a random biker gang doing wheelies in the street, get to Central, and make your way to the entrance. South Mountain is about 20 minutes south of Phoenix and is the 4th largest city park in the country. There's a lot of good views, places to hike, and most importantly for my purposes, a super twisty road all the way up to the top. Short of riding through Sedona or Prescott, South Mountain is the closest emulator we have to a canyon run, and provides an opportunity to get a little more out of your vehicle than sitting in traffic. Usually, it's pretty busy, but you can occasionally get in a few good runs before getting stuck behind a family. Another plus is that everyone I've ever met up here has been super cool. I rode up from the bottom with these guys and met them at the top. This guy said he liked my bike and ended up talking for 5 minutes about riding down from Minneapolis. Between a few different rounds of Cars and Coffee and South Mountain, we see that we all like cars for different reasons. For some people, it's just a comfortable way of getting around. Others see it as a project, hoping to build something that, in a way, is representative of themselves. For others, it's something aspirational, a status symbol of sorts. And for others, it's all about the driving. None is better than the others, and it's all in the experience. So there you have it. Car stuff in Phoenix.